just a couple of things before we go traipsing off. You know, yeah, we're gonna want to take the combat armor in there. So we'll leave that with Eddie. We'll leave both of those with Eddie, and I think what's left is probably fine for him to carry. I don't like having him carry that Nuka-Cola. But I guess if I give it to him and then immediately tell him to go fuck off, then there's probably not much of a chance that he's gonna drink up my shit. But who knows? All right, Grandma, you're indecent. All right. Yeah, Grandma doesn't have a present for me. Yeah. Time for us to part ways. And, you know, we're actually going to do even one more thing before we go start on our little expedition, and that is, I think, I haven't done this yet, but we have the Rad Child, like, deep regen right now, which is cool. So why not just fucking frost it with a little bit of monocyte breeder? We have the money. We're healthy enough to get all of the implants clearly, so we'll get the monocyte breeder, and then we should regenerate at about 9 to 10 HP a second, and I believe we're under the limit right now. Yeah, we only have 37 weight, so if you haven't guessed already, the place that we're going is, well, I guess just straight north from here. I don't need to do any fancy shit. The place that we're going is the Zion National Forest. We are going to start Honest Hearts in this video. And I suppose you probably would have figured that out immediately, because I think I'm going to do some like specialty thumbnails for the remainder of this series up until we go to you know, the end of the game. Then I'll return to just the Grandma Reddit thumbnail that I like so much. But we don't have the quest yet, and the reason for that is I'm using Mission Mojave. I need to actually listen to the radio broadcast in order to get the quest active. So the further north I go, the closer I get to having that radio signal. And it might just already be on here. Yeah, I just need to listen to it. As I listen to it, it doesn't show any captions or anything on the screen, but, you know, rest assured, I don't have the radio turned up, and I don't have the voice turned up, which is good, because I don't want to have to talk over another person. But after about 15-30 seconds of me listening to the broadcast, the quest will pop up, and I'm pretty sure I'm heading in the right direction. And then we'll just go in. We'll talk Ricky out of coming with us. There's no reason to, really, except for to pass a few checks. But he's, yeah, he's the guy who's full of shit. So, yeah, the Happy Trails Caravan Master is over here. And that's a great name for a caravan in a place that's so fucking utterly bleak. Somebody pointed out to me, was it Ed E on Facebook? It could have been. That the fucking shitty quality of the planet, of the areas that you explore, at this point in the series, it should be a lot better. It should be more cleaned up by now. Granted, you know, the plants don't really fucking grow or whatever, but like, you know, we're still looking at areas that are utterly decimated, shacks that are made of corrugated metal, and like nobody has gone back into manufacturing of any kind, despite, you know, access to books. Most of them are destroyed, but not all of them are. It just, the idea is that we should have at this point been able to rebuild quite a bit. America was utterly fucking blank you know, 250 years ago. And here we are. I think I can pass a survival check in here somewhere. Yeah, it's right there. I don't think there's any other survival checks on here, but... So yeah, here we are. And, you know, I'm just gonna cut this from the... because you can't skip this little thing here. I'll cut this, and we'll resume when we come back. See ya. Alright, so we're finally back after the long and drawn out section of the intro to a expansion, and the plot of Honest Hearts is not nearly as implausible as some of the other shit in Fallout New Vegas, particularly the story of the New Canaanites. I do live in Utah, and I can tell you that one of the things that Mormons are super fucking into is, well, for one thing, they're super into guns, and for another thing, nice, do you see that shit? Sucka. For another thing, they're super into food storage. So this guy dies, the very last guy, and then I am the very last guy. And I've, you know, you think maybe I would have been able to help those guys, but, no. The truth is that no. No matter what you do, every person in your party dies except for you. So, yeah. I was gonna say, I kinda like the idea of wearing shit in the game, that I can actually, fucking repair as I go along, because I'm not gonna be able to repair any of this shit. I can repair, I can gather up the grenade launchers, I guess, and repair my thump with the grenade launchers as I need to, as I see fit, but, the only person who can repair anything is Joshua Graham, and granted, he can repair at 100% repair rate. The only problem is that he, for whatever reason, he doesn't get money into his inventory from money you spend on repair, which is utter fucking bullshit. I mean, clearly that's how it should go down. So even though these guys are carrying around really legit weapons, like anti-materiel rifles, riot shotguns, I'm not even going to pick any of that stuff up. And the reason is that I just... unless it weighs nothing and I can sell it when I get the fuck out of here, it's pointless. The first time I played this expansion, I just saw a tribal shooting me. I looked up there, and there's a tribal shooting at me. And he was still shooting. And so, yeah, I killed Fallish Chalk immediately the first time I saw him, and it fucked up the expansion completely. Like, I had no idea. I thought I was still being attacked by dudes in fucking loincloths. Yeah, we can gather up bitter drinks. You may remember that I said earlier that I lost about 10 videos, and it was due to no audio on the video. So you could see what I was doing, but then, you know, eventually the game would crash. And when it came back in, it didn't have any audio for some reason, so... Also, I'm not sure why this should be, but Yaoguai are not in my animal friend shit. Freeze. Don't fight the Yaoguai. Why not? What the fuck just happened? Is he gonna say something like, that Yaoguai, he really was quite full on lizard. That's pretty much what happens, is they say, oh yeah, the Yaoguai's fine. Yaoguai actually aren't a problem for Grandma in this particular expansion. The problem is Cazadors, as usual. And it's not that I'm getting fucked up by them, it's that I'm getting snuck up by them. Because once any fucking creature is on top of me, I'm fucked. Because every time I take a shot, I'm not only doing damage to it, I'm doing damage to myself. This asshole can sometimes help, but yeah. This expansion isn't my least favorite. I think my least favorite is probably Dead Money, but it is one of my least favorites, and it's because the waypoints, the locations, are kind of in a fucked up place, like every time. They sort of don't really, oh no, I can't go down there. They sort of don't really fit just side by side. You have to climb up and around a giant fucking cliff if you want to get to one or the other. And that sucks. That pisses me off. I don't like that one bit. I get it that the world isn't, you know, accessible from all directions, but we live in an entropic universe. Shit is fucking collapsing all the time. The world is not a fucking maze of rocks, not even in Zion National Forest. Trust me on that. You can go up the sides of the fucking arch either direction. It's fine. But not in this one. So I'm going to gather up a few banana yuccas, and then when we get over there, I'm going to explain why. Thankfully, the water is not poisonous, radiated. You know, at least not right here. It may be in one of the caves, but I don't think so. I think the idea is that Zion's is such like a pure, natural area that even in a nuclear holocaust, everything is just fine afterward. Here, there's trees. You know, there's little tiny fish in the water. See, there's one right there. I mean, I don't know. There's a hell of a lot more people than fish. Well, maybe that's not true, but the fucking local fish populace has clearly been decimated. So, yeah, we're just gonna pull up on this camp, and then I'm gonna end this video actually, because I think it's probably at about 10 minutes, even with the clip cut out. We'll get this little cave. Why not? Yeah, even with that little section cut out of everything that happens before you can start Honest Hearts, it's still, you know, it's to that point. That's what happens. Alright, so we're going to take a quick stop right here, and when we come back, we're going to start doing a few of these. Welcome to Honest Hearts, I guess. See you later.